Let's continue where we left off at the end of our previous part, shall we? What do we have left in the area of depopulation in our daily lives? We have changed the order a bit to save what's best for last. Here we go. Additives in food, water, beauty, care and cleaning products. It may be hard to fully grasp, but the cabal seriously thought of all possible strategies to bring the masses to their knees. By design, purposefully, our food and water have been poisoned with substances that cause cancer and destroy our nervous system. "75% of the adverse reactions to food additives, which have been reported to the FDA, are connected with aspartame. Those reactions include headaches, migraines, dizziness, convulsions, nausea, muscle spasms, weight gain, rashes, depression, fatigue, irritability, vision complications, panic attacks, memory loss, and joint pains. It is considered that some chronic diseases can be triggered or even aggravated when using aspartame. For instance, brain tumors, multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, birth defects, diabetes, and many more. If you wish to know more about the unsuspected approval by the FDA, the role of Donald Rumsfeld, and the ownership by Monsanto, please do your own research. It's quite easy to uncover the truth, especially with these three leads. More and more products turn out to be magnetic. Why? Can that be healthy? What on earth happened to those products? I mean, we ingest that. Does anybody know what it does to our body and mind? In many countries, for over 75 years now, our drinking water has been poisoned with fluoride, a highly toxic chemical waste product. Apart from being carcinogenic, fluoride has detrimental effects on the brain, the thyroid, and the immune system. Furthermore, fluoride is known for its destructive calcifying effects on the pineal gland. As the pineal gland is known to enhance intuitive awareness in people, one can easily understand why the cabal wants it closed, not open. Toothpaste. 95% of all branches still contain fluoride. Even today, the CDC will tell you fluoride is highly beneficial. Dentists still recommend parents additional fluoride treatment for their children. Yet, at the same time, toothpaste tubes read this warning sign: keep out of the reach of children under 6 years of age. In case of accidental ingestion, seek professional assistance or contact a poison control center immediately. More than 80% of the cases of fluoride toxicity are reported in children below the age of 6. This is caused by the flavors added to children's toothpaste, which leads to voluntary swallowing of the toothpaste. Children under 6 years of age should not use more toothpaste than the size of a pea. Yet, this is what is shown in every commercial. If a 2-year-old swallows 2 tubes of children's toothpaste, nicely flavored, its chances of survival are extremely low. And just in case,
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that...
Next, GMOs, genetically modified organisms. We showed you in part 9 some of the problems around GMOs. When crops are genetically modified, they can be patented. That means that soybeans, corn, wheat, and basically every crop that was tempered with now belongs to someone. That someone made sure that these genetically altered crops do not reproduce in a natural way by producing seeds. This is what gives them a monopoly position on seeds and thus crops. Farmers are forced to buy the modified seeds each and every year. The modified crops need expensive pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers, all provided by the same companies like Bayer. One bad season and farmers go bankrupt. The poisoned land is left with monoculture and thus exhaustion. The yield may look bigger and better, but it's actually carcinogenic. Ecosystems are disrupted. Insects die. Birds die. Desperate farmers die. The link to depopulation? People on a massive scale will die from cancer. And what is the long-term effect of the consumption of plants that do not produce any seeds? Has there ever been any research into the question what that does to the human reproductive system? Furthermore, the owners of the patented seeds can create shortage whenever they want, for as long as they want. Think famine, people dying of hunger. Control the food supply, and you control the people. Next, family planning. We've already shown you in part 6 what family planning entails and how it is used by the cabal. But our emphasis was on the less developed countries. How about the richer countries? How about you and me? We mentioned a new topic several times now, a topic that will shock you once we show you its statistics. I'm talking fertility, infertility, and our reproductive organs. We mentioned xenoestrogens and their effects on our reproductive organs. If you knew how many products that we use on a daily basis contain xenoestrogens, you'd be surprised that we can actually still procreate at all. Xenoestrogens are man-made chemicals. They can cause cancer and make you infertile. This is a well-known fact among chemists. Still, they are processed in a variety of products that we use on a daily basis, from care products to food and water. Why are those products still for sale? Why are we not protected by the FDA or our governments? You want to know why? Because they are part of the depopulation agenda. They are part of something so evil with such a sweet name: family planning. These chemical compounds can be found in commercial meat and dairy products, in anything that contains pesticides or insecticides residues, in artificial food additives, fast food packaging, tap water, processed foods, dryer sheets, plastic bottles, soft plastic used for baking, pacifiers, diapers, baby wipes, makeup, shampoos, conditioners, deodorants, mattresses and foam furniture, vinyl shower curtains, paper plates, plastic toys, air fresheners, scented candles, birth control pills, menstrual products, sunscreens, fleece clothing and blankets, even the ink on your receipts. They are everywhere. Xenoestrogens entering the skin, for instance by using care products, go directly to tissue without passing through the liver for detoxification. So they are 100% absorbed by the body and can be 10 times more potent than those consumed orally, for instance through meals. Still, plastic-wrapped foods heated in the microwave contain some of the highest xenoestrogen levels. Remember that next time you heat your baby food in the microwave. Okay, you want statistics on infertility? To give you a general idea, 1 in 6 British couples have problems conceiving. The latest scientific studies have shown that in most cases, problems around conceiving find their origin in men, not just women. Since the 1970s, the sperm count in Western countries has dropped by 59%. Furthermore, erectile dysfunction is increasing, and testosterone levels are declining by 1% each year. Those men who seek medical help to fight their low testosterone levels can have their sperm counts drop to 0 while they're on it. The current state of reproductive affairs cannot continue much longer without threatening human survival. It's a global existential crisis. Worldwide fertility has dropped by 50% between 1960 and 2015. The United States has a total birth rate that is 16% below what it needs to replace itself. Rates of miscarriages are on the rise, and girls are experiencing earlier and earlier puberties, in some cases before the age of 8. In some parts of the world, the average 20-something woman today is less fertile than her grandmother was at 35. Today, the average male is nearing 47.1 million sperm per milliliter. Compare him to his father, who had an average of 99 million sperm per milliliter, and it's clear that this is a deeply worrying trend. It's no wonder that the assisted reproductive technology market is worth about $26 billion and is calculated to grow with yet another $10 billion in the next 5 years. Infertility doesn't just alter a man's ability to make children, it also increases his mortality risk. Infertile men die younger, according to a Stanford University study. Men with sperm concentration lower than 15 million per milliliter have a 50% greater chance of being hospitalized for any medical reason at all, and poor fertility has been linked with higher rates of heart disease and cancers. What a marvel of a chemical compound! You can put it in just about everything and it will slowly kill off the useless eaters. But on its own, it's not enough to depopulate the planet once and for all. Let's have a look at yet another element of family planning: abortion. We've already shed some light on Planned Parenthood and its illegal side activities such as selling baby body parts and organs. Remember the number of babies they abort each year? In 2019, it was almost 350,000. And that's just Planned Parenthood. Only 40% of US abortions are performed by Planned Parenthood. Do you know what else Planned Parenthood is good at? Sex education. Planned Parenthood is the single largest provider of sex education in the United States, pushed by UNICEF, UNESCO, the WHO, and thus the UN. They arranged that children in kindergarten, or even younger than that, are now taught how to masturbate and how to sexually please each other. 5-year-olds know more about anal sex than you and me. Now please don't get us wrong. We are pro-sex education, and we do not believe in a sex taboo. After all, we are Dutch. But I mean, 5-year-old kids? Really? Children that young have no interest in sex yet. It's not natural. Planned Parenthood teaches very young children that sex is natural, wonderful, that it's all about equality and everything is permitted. Sure, they talk about consent, but do you really believe a 6-year-old or a 10-year-old knows anything about consent? Do you know what we're looking at here? We're looking at a license for pedophilia. Sex with a 10-year-old is called rape. If you don't believe that this entire movement was set up to normalize the sexualization and exploitation of children, we must tell you something about the Netherlands. We have an official political party for pedophiles, set up in 2006 and tolerated by the government. They have their own manual in which one can read how to gain a child's trust, how to sexually abuse it, and how to get away with it. When concerned citizens took the matter to court, the judge's verdict stated that the manual contained nothing unlawful. as texts about child abuse and child pornography are not prohibited by law. Pictures, yes, but not texts. Therefore, the manual was officially acknowledged by the government in 2019. Under pressure from the Dutch people, Grapperhaus promised he would change the law and prohibit the manual. But, as we speak, nothing has changed. The pedo-political party plus their manual are still acknowledged by Dutch law. The party's treasurer Van den Berg stated that rearing is also about introducing children to sex. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? That's precisely what Planned Parenthood keeps saying, instigated and financed by the UN. The entire LGBTQ movement was set up by the cabal, taken over by Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and thus financed by Soros. Not to advocate equality, but to sexualize and exploit children, to destabilize the family and create confusion. We are pro-equality. We are pro-gay rights. As a matter of fact, we want equal rights for every human being. To us, it doesn't matter whether you're straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender or queer. But leave the children out of it. It is not okay if drag queens include children in their shows, or when they read stories to young children in schools.
Literacy program. The goal is to get kids excited about books, and particularly books like gender fluidity and or about gender fluidity, and giving kids queer role models.
All right, so does anybody in this room know how to twerk? And then you just move your bum up and down like that, and that's twerking.
Readings take place at libraries, museums, and other cultural centers in more than 30 cities across the country. Some are small affairs, but many, like the one in Washington, D.C., play to full houses.
It's just really been obvious that there was a need for this in our community.
The library partnered with the D.C. chapter of Drag Queen Story Hour to bring the family-friendly events to the nation's capital.
We are grooming the new generation of Americans.
Lactatia is the devious diva you could ever think of.
Hello, my name is Nemes. I am 9 years old, and I am a drag princess named Lactatia.
It is not okay when parents talk their children into wanting to have a sex change. In countries like Australia and Canada, you can go to prison when you try to discourage your child from having a sex change. That's right. When your little girl comes home one day and tells you she wants a sex change, don't you dare ask her to wait a few more years until she's absolutely certain. You can get up to 10 years behind bars.
Boston Children's Hospital, which opened the first clinic for transgender youth in the U.S. Since 2007, they've treated hundreds of children and teens.
In the past couple of years, our volume has just about doubled.
Oh, and just in case you think LGBTQ is quite a lot to wrap your head around, it has now been extended and is actually called LGBTQIA+. This is now taught in schools. Recent studies have shown that more and more children are confused about their gender identity. Why are we not surprised? What we are looking at here has nothing to do with tolerance, acceptance, or equality. This is a political agenda. See the bigger picture? Family planning at its finest. Destroy the family and prevent procreation. Depopulation in yet another disguise. Remember how we started this episode? We really believed it would all fit in part 15. But the more we researched, the more we discovered. And to our own shock, now that we have reached our crucial half hour, there are still 3 topics left. Depopulation truly entailed much, much more than we believed upon starting our quest. And so, we invite you to join us for more madness in part 16.